The first Men in Black sighting, however, was long before that, back in 1947, just before the Roswell incident. Near Maury Island in Washington State, Harold Dahl was scavenging logs when 6 donut-shaped discs appeared above him. One appeared to be in trouble and began expelling chaff and slag into the air. According to Dahl's initial report, his dog was killed in the incident and his son was injured. The next day, he was visited at his house by a man in black who wanted to meet with him at a diner to talk with him about what had happened out at the lake. Dahl thought the man was from the government and he was reportedly intimidated to change his story. Dahl didn't, however, and told his story to Ray Palmer of Fate magazine. Palmer wanted to get to the bottom of what happened at Maury Island, so he hired local pilot Kenneth Arnold to investigate. Arnold had become famous for his UFO sighting near Mount Rainier just before Roswell, and is also credited with coining the term flying saucer. Arnold asked 2 Army officers to investigate other witnesses of the donut-shaped saucers, and they collected from the witnesses some of the slag.
Boom, boom.
Groupie draws. Groupie draws. Groupie draws.
When they flew out of Washington State with the slag, however, their plane caught fire and crashed, killing them both. Some believe the Men in Black were involved with the crash, and after the tragedy, Dahl refused to talk about the incident anymore, and actually called it a hoax.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Hey guys. Yes, if you can tell from the scary music playing and this weird fucked up chair I'm sitting in, today we're going to be trying something a little bit different. So I want to start a series on my channel where I talk about some of my favorite urban legends. So an urban legend is something that a lot of people know about, people talk about, but there's no actual proof that it's real. Kind of like a story that we've all heard a million times from a million different people, but nobody ever really knows if it's real or not. Well, today we're going to be talking about one of my favorites, which is the urban legend of the black-eyed children. So over the last 20 years, there's been a lot of people saying that they've encountered the black-eyed children. And every time somebody tells one of their encounters, it always sounds the same. A child comes up to them and asks for help. Sometimes they'll come to your door, sometimes if you're in a car, they'll come to your window. And the second they come up to you, you start to feel scared. You start to have panic.
Scared.
You start to feel like you can't really move. Like they have a hold of you. They're usually dressed in dark clothes, sometimes a hooded sweatshirt, and sometimes they come with a black-eyed friend. First they request something, whether that's for...
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Groupie draws.
Droopy draws.
A cool stream, a cool stream.
Boom, 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 boom.
Groupie draws.
What? Manderson subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 11 months. Whoa! Thanks for subscribing. I gotta get some new sounds for the subscriptions. I can't hear them very well. Let's do it. Let's kick it into high gear. Enough of this yakking and lapping our jaws. It's time to start the show, and boy, I need to get it in gear because it's time to do it again. Do. Got some coffee. I got the iced coffee going. I'm ready to get juiced and jazzed and get this thing going. 'Cause that's right. If you're strapped in, Because it's the cool stream, everybody. It's time to do another show. We're going to talk about some of the creepiest, craziest, and weirdest stuff on the web. I can't wait to get into some of the spooky stuff that we've got planned for today. It's going to be crazy and scary. Yeah, we're back again doing another show. We all had fun. We all had fun down at the Carnival. But now we're back. We're back to regular civilian life where we have to go and do even more shows. It's a stream and never ends. It's welcome in, and it's the show that never ends. We love to go dookie. Yep, it's time to do another show. What's it going to be about this time? Who the hell knows? Because it's the cool stream. We talk about all kinds of crazy stuff on the show. If you've been following along to the tweets and stuff on the timeline, you might have got a little hint about some of the stuff we're going to talk about today. I'm looking at this little animation. It's some of the breadcrumbs that I like to drop for the viewers to see. And they say, I never quite fully come out and say, here's what we're talking about today. You kind of have to pick up on the breadcrumbs and say, is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're doing? That's right. I'm glad you're here, ready to spend a couple hours with me, your old pal, Beowulf. That's me. Beowulf. Talking about some of the craziest, weirdest stuff on the web. Let me take a drink here. I think I'm getting the hang of it now. It's always a little bit different every time we start the show. Never quite know what kind of mood I'm going to be in, or if I'm going to be ready to launch off into space. But now I think we're going. I think we're rolling. It's time to do another show on a Sunday afternoon. Everyone's just chilling, getting ready for Monday. Oh no, we hate Mondays. But we love Sunday because it's Cool Stream Day. I hope you got all your chores done and all that kind of fun stuff too. Wow. What the hell is that? 1213HF. I don't really have my emotes labeled properly. And you go check. Oh, I gotta jump on over to the. Here we go. Almost forgot. I'm just gonna do the whole show with the intro screen on. That wouldn't have been any good. Well, today we got a fun show. We're gonna talk about some creepy stuff. Might as well just come out and tell you what it's gonna be all about today. That's right. We're revisiting a topic that we did way back in Spooky Month, cryptoids. And cryptids is what we're doing today. We're revisiting some cryptoids and stuff that we didn't get to talk about from the last episode back in October during Spooky Month. And you can check all those past episodes up on YouTube. That's where the Cool Stream Archives lives. Go up on there and like and subscribe, and don't forget to tap the bell icon. Let's see, what else we got? Some different sound alerts you can play on. We got a whole ton of these things. Some of them are exclusive to the soundboard. I don't have any of these sounds. So if they're going to get played, they're not going to get played by me. So go ahead and play some sounds and some stickers and all that. Have a lot of fun. But before we get in, we're going to learn about the cryptoid currency. And that was weird. Cryptos? That was a crazy episode. Before we get into it, you might notice we got a new logo here on our overlay. That's right, we got a new sponsor. After last episode, I know there was a little bit of drama and stuff. Of course, there's always some kind of drama on the show. Something's going on. Something's going to interrupt us and all that. So last week, we had a little bit of drama, and afterwards I got a visit from some representatives from a nice company. A couple of guys came to my door. They were representing this nice, cool company, an online store called Zoom Dragon. And they said they wanted to sponsor us. Zoom Dragon. So we're happy to do that, to have a sponsorship from an online store that can provide you all the nice and cool stuff that you love. Go over there, check it out. We're going to pull up the website right now. Check out some of all the cool products they have over at Zoom Dragon. You can go head on over there, enter the offer code COOL, and get 20% off an order over at Zoom Dragon. And you might also get some free shipping on all orders of $20 and above. And some of this stuff here, these are just insane prices. The prices are insane over at Zoom Dragon. You're not going to believe some of the stuff you'll get there. The best products online at competitive prices. Might want to work on that tagline there. I hope they don't mind me critiquing their website. It's a great website. You can get all the best deals at Zoom Dragon. Of course, they got food. Not really sure what kind of food that is. They got stuff for your pets, like the pet toothbrush or something. And toys. Looks like some Legos or something. Poo-poo. That's right, we got the Fun Cube. Look at these prices here. $3.21 for the Fun Cube. Also called the Ivy Cube. Dog condoms. Zoom on over to Zoom Dragon. Cat clothes. And we got poo-poo. I think that's... I don't know if that's real poo or some fake poo. Cat clothes. You got the phone case. $5.42. These are some of the most competitive prices online over at Zoom Dragon. The hottest deals. Got some slime. We love slime. Fun gloves. Smartwatch. I need a smartwatch. I need to track some of my organics. Get all the organic stuff over at Zoom Dragon. They have some of the best stuff over there. Smart Sync. That's another one. Here we go. We got clothes. That's just kind of a generic... Whoops. Oh no. Speaking of Zoom, we're just zooming all over the place. You can get some clothes. And you get your breakfast station. So you can have coffee and bread and all that stuff. $35.42. And then more slime. You can get some more. You got 500 grams of slime. More slime you could ever need. And here's a handy dandy tool cleaner. When your tool gets all dirty and nasty, you can clean off your tool. With the breakfast station. That thing looks good. You can do some coffee and do some stuff in the toaster. Breakfast station. Check it out. Zoom Dragon. And enter offer code COOL to get 20% off any of your orders. Check it out today. Free shipping on all orders, $20 and above. Zoom Dragon. Dirty, nasty tool. Zoom. Do you remember that? Good commercial. Get your tool cleaners. All right, so no more of that. We do love having a sponsorship. It's been a while since we've had anything like that. We got to get into some of these cryptids and these cryptoids. Damn it! So we covered some of the classic cryptoids on the last time we did this back in. It was Halloween month, All Hallows Eve, spooky month, back in October. We talked about the Mothman and all some of those classic cryptoids. We never quite got around to this one, though. One of the most famous of all, the most famous cryptid of all, the Loch Ness Monster. Got all the up-to-date information, new, past, all kinds of stuff. The Loch Ness Monster, the Mold Man. Let's see what do they have here. The Loch Ness Monster, searching for Nessie. The day after Mr. Cockrell's sighting, the monster was seen by a Mr. Brown. The home of Brown, his wife, from Invergordon, in the same place but closer to the shore. They described it as 3 thick black humps moving through the water with 50 feet ahead of the humps, a movement which seemed to suggest a head. The humps. The Humpty Humpty Hump. What? It's my hometown. The Mold Man? Oh. Oh, we did cover Ogopogo. Come on. Turbo? You know, watch the freaking episodes. Remember we played, what's the guy's name? Fred Spencer. We watched Fred Spencer's, some of his videos about Ogopogo. I guess we didn't get that deep into it. From Okanagan Lake. Ogopogo. Oh, yeah. We didn't...
Don't put your head.
We didn't cover it in that much of a detail. And also, I think it was at the very end of the episode, and I was about to fall asleep, so... We'll do Ogopogo again. But we got to cover the classic, the one that started it all, the Loch Ness Monster. This is kind of a cool movie thing called The Mysterious Monsters from 1975. They got all the monsters on this movie. We're going to watch a little part about the Loch Ness Monster.
Survivors of past ages that were once thought to be extinct, like the coelacanth, a species of fish scientists believed extinct for 60 million years, but found alive in the waters off South Africa in 1938.
Okay, so the first part of this movie, the guy's talking about that, of course, maybe some monsters could exist because they've discovered all these different fish and different things. So there could be something out there we've never seen before, like a Bigfoot, if we're able to discover some of these newer things as well. There could be something out there we've never seen before. And then they also mentioned that we've discovered different tribes of people, so I thought that was kind of bad to equate Bigfoot with discovering some different people off the grid type indigenous people. I didn't really like that. Let's see. What do we got going on here in the biggest fan? Turbo should not be a mod.
And like the creatures that dwell in Loch Ness, a mysterious lake in the Highlands of Scotland. Here in these waters dwells a family of monsters that some scientists believe are survivors from the age of the dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
The Loch Ness Monster has been reported seen by thousands of people, by tourists, and by the villagers who live around the lake. And yet for years, the scientific establishment has denied the possibility of the monster's existence. Denied it even though its history goes back to the year 565, when a saintly monk first wrote about his encounter with the creature.
Monk saw the monster. That's crazy.
Denied it even in the face of contemporary accounts, like that of the Reverend Father Brucey.
Brucey.
We're standing on the jetty by the boathouse.
Brucey.
It's on the left there. And looking across to the bay, we saw a sudden tremendous turmoil in the waters. And without being able to see anything, what was causing
the guy
it.
that
And suddenly we
goes to
noticed
the
this huge black
Disney World
head moving along, 7 or 8 feet out of the water, very, very slowly, coming towards the diagonal direction. And then after 15 seconds,
well, you think it would be easy to find the Loch Ness, but apparently the lake is huge. Maybe it'll tell us some more about the lake.
Was photographed in 1934 by a vacationing London surgeon, Robert K. Wilson.
There it is, the famous picture of Loch Ness.
Rejected that photograph as evidence.
Drain it.
As
Drain the swamp.
This one, taken in 1951 by Lachlan Stewart. A photograph which shows the mysterious humps that undulate on the creature's back.
The humps.
This picture, taken in 1955 by Peter McNabb, was similarly rejected, even though it clearly shows the creature nearby a familiar landmark.
It's my wife.
There were at least 16 photographs of the Loch Ness Monster, and all of them were rejected as evidence by the scientific community. It wasn't until this man, Tim Dinsdale, took his motion picture film of the monster that some scientists began to take notice.
My humps.
It was in 1960. Dinsdale, an aeronautical engineer, took this film with his 16mm spring-wind camera using a 135mm telephoto lens. He submitted the film for analysis to the Joint Air Reconnaissance Intelligence Center at the British Defense Ministry. They enlarged the film, as shown here, subjecting it to
computer
intense
enhance.
scrutiny. Their conclusions? That the film is of a living object, that it's moving 10 miles per hour, and that it's 6 feet wide and 5 feet high.
Wow, it's huge. That's a big,
Dinsdale's film of the creature encouraged a new breed of monster hunters. Starting in 1962, the Loch Ness Phenomena Investigation Bureau brought a long-needed expertise into the search. They kept cameras pointed at all times on strategic parts of the lake.
It's got his pipe.
Their major achievement? This film, taken by Richard Rayner in June 1967. British Air Force scrutiny of this film led to the conclusion that, like the earlier Tim Dinsdale footage, this was a picture of a living object of some size.
Wow. Oh, and there's a boat. Why don't they go drive over in the boat and go check it out?
In 1969, for the first time,
Scoop it up
the
in the
monster
net.
hunters took their cameras underwater in submarines.
Monster.
But the unusually peaty and murky darkness of the loch's waters closed off all possible visibility.
Petey. It's murky down there.
The submarines were considered useless and were withdrawn.
Submarines? Get them out of here. They're useless
Better
pieces of
results have been
trash.
achieved with sonar, sound waves which collect echoes off whatever object they bounce.
Wow.
The echoes are converted into electrical signals on shipboard graphic recorders. 3 times, in 1969, 70, and 72,
69.
research teams acoustically exploring the depths of Loch Ness have had contact with large moving objects. Objects which some claim are the Loch Ness Monster.
Wow, there's a bunch of them out there, I guess. All kinds of Loch Ness monsters. Well, let's see. We've got this website, and it says that there's different sightings. Here we got 1960. Mr. Peter O'Connor from Gates Head, Durham, had a sighting from the garden of the Foyers Hotel. Thought it was a rowing boat. He could see a brown-colored object just slowly sinking. Wonder what that could be. Just think about that. Let's see. This is the most up-to-date stuff. Here's 2011. A 2-minute video clip recorded on this date shows what appears to be a long black creature swimming just below the surface of Loch Ness. Let's see the video. I want to see the video. Oh, sure. I think we have to have Adobe Flash. Okay. He died in the 80s. Anyway, the creature's head breaks the surface. You're just gonna have to imagine this part as it propels itself through the water. The images from the tape also clearly show how the creature creates a wake on the surface of the water as it swims in the direction of Inverness. The film was taken by amateur scientist Gordon Holmes from Shipley, Yorkshire, who estimates the creature was moving at around 6 miles per hour. Mr. Holmes and Watson. Maybe it's Sherlock Holmes. Okay. He works as a technician, and he used hydrophones to detect underwater noises from the loch. He said he saw a monster at 9:50 while he was filming the loch from the Lady on the 8A82. He said, I was minutes from going home, but I saw something moving and dashed out of the car and switched the camcorder on. About 200 yards away from me, I could see something in the water. It's definitely a creature propelling itself through the water. It was streaking along. Put some clothes on, Loch Ness. Let's see. These people saw a long-necked, curved-headed creature. The sighting lasted about 10 minutes. Nigel saw the head of an animal move through the loch. The family who were on the veranda of a holiday lodge at the Foyers said the head was larger than that of a cow and was about a third of the way across the loch. Regular visitors to the area were convinced they saw was not the result of a boat wake or wave movement. There you go. That's proof. That's proof. It's the evidence. Here's a picture. Got a lot of sightings. This is coming. So you see the humps. I'm gonna see some pictures or something. You can go on the optical illusion. Okay. These two blocks are the same color. Okay. I'll save that for another episode. Optical illusions. Look at this guy. All right. What does that have to do with Loch Ness Monster? Come on. There's a live webcam. Check this out. Okay. I think we have to have Adobe Flash working, and we don't have that. All right, so that's Loch Ness Monster. We got to get to the next cryptid. We got to get to the next cryptoid. This is kind of interesting. This is new to me. Some of this stuff I hadn't heard of, and so I'm just going along here. The Dover Demon. We heard about
The Dover Demon is a small...
We heard about the Jersey Devil on the last episode. This one here is the Dover Demon.
All humanoid reported from Dover, Massachusetts. It was the subject of an intensive scare during the 1970s when multiple witnesses came forward with their sightings. It all started when 17-year-old William Burlett claimed that while driving on April 21st, 1977, he saw a large-eyed creature with tendril-like fingers and glowing eyes on top of a broken stone wall on Farm Street in Dover. Unfortunately, neither of Bartlett's companions saw the creature, and the sighting lasted only a few seconds, and before Bartlett could speak, the car leaves the scene and the creature was gone. Wow. Standing no more than 3.5 to 4 feet tall, the figure was described like a baby's body with long arms and legs. It had been making its way along the wall, its long fingers curled around the rocks when the car headlights surprised it. Another 15-year-old, John Baxter, reported seeing a similar creature in a heavily wooded area on Miller Hill Road the same evening. And the next night, a young man, Will Taintor, was driving a friend of his home when she spotted the creature. The girl, Abby Brabham, described it as being down on all fours, hairless, and having glowing green eyes. The witness stuck to her guns even after it had become known Bartlett had described the eyes as orange.
Spooky.
The common description of the demon is that of a gray variety of alien, except that it has skin of a rosy orange instead of sickly gray. Importantly, there was no UFO activity in the area on the night in question. Had there been strange lights in the sky reported in and around Dover that night, the Dover Demon as alien argument might hold some water, to some extent, but that didn't happen. None of the things that UFO enthusiasts normally point to as proof of alien contact occurred in this case, with the exception of people seeing something really weird. Skeptics usually claim that the Dover Demon was simply a lost baby moose, glimpsed under unusual conditions that made it seem like a bizarre humanoid that sometimes went on all fours. Others have theorized that the creature was in fact a fox that had contracted a disease of some sort that caused severe swelling and bloating. Now ask yourself the following question. Which is more likely? That a bunch of teens saw some sort of animal, or that space aliens conquered the non-trivial challenge of interstellar travel and decided to take up a hobby of giving rural teenagers the jeebies? Whatever the answer, the Dover Demon is truly a mystery to behold.
It's truly a mystery to behold. You give kids the jeebies. That's pretty freaky. The Dover Demon. I also thought it was from Delaware. Dover, Delaware. Nope, Dover, Massachusetts. It's a gray or white creature, glowing eyes, tendril fingers. It's a very small town. The first sighting was 1977. So they saw the demon. I, Bill Bartlett, swear on a stack of Bibles that I saw this creature. There it is. Freaky. Scary. Bizarre. They were driving in their Volkswagen and they saw something creeping along. Thought it was a dog or a cat. It turned its head. Two large, round, glassy, lidless eyes, shining like two orange marbles, and it had a watermelon-shaped head. It had spindly arms and legs. The skin is hairless and peach-colored. Appears to have a rough texture, like wet sandpaper. According to the cryptozoologist, Lauren Coleman. It's shaped like a baby's body with long arms and legs. Whoa, nasty, gross. And this other person saw one too. He thought it was an acquaintance of M.G. Bouchard. John calls out and no response. Baxter and the figure continue to approach each other until finally the latter stops. Baxter then halts as well and asks, "Who is that? Who is that?" Try to get a better look, and Baxter takes one step forward. The figure scurries off to the left, running down a shallow wooded gully and up the opposite bank. As the figure runs, Baxter hears its footsteps on the dry leaves. He follows the figure, sees the creature, its feet molded around the top of a rock. Several several feet from a tree. The creature's body reminds Baxter of a monkey's, except for its dark figure 8-shaped head. What? That's freaky. The Dover Demon. Ugh, excuse me. There's another drawing that's kind of weird. It's a big part of this demon is that it's got feet that mold to the rocks. Interesting. The Dover Demon could be Managishi. The Managishi are a small, gangly race of trickster half-humans. Sounds legit. The Dover Demon. Cryptid case files. There was a hysteria. There was a mass hysteria back in the 70s. They saw the Dover Demon. Interesting. Kind of like the Mothman. Who do you think would win in a fight? The Mothman versus the Dover Demon? And that's the kind of game that I want to play. Kind of a Smash Bros type game, except it's all the cryptids fighting each other. That'd be cool. It's probably a real demon. The gates to hell had opened up. Let's see. If I was playing a Smash Brother cryptid game, I think I would choose this next cryptid on the cryptid roundup. And that would be the Owlman.
Hi, and welcome to Crash Course Cryptozoology.
Hi.
Cultures around the world have contributed their fair
Sasquatch.
share to the world's folklore, but none are perhaps more intriguing than that of England. England, of course, being part of Europe, is wrought with stories of fairies, leprechauns, and the such like. Folklore is also a very interesting part of cryptozoology. Admittedly, a lot of cryptids in cryptozoology are also seen as folkloric figures, in fact, some mainly as folkloric figures, such as the bunyip. Of course, part of the aim of cryptozoology is to determine whether or not these animals are truly 100% folkloric, or if there is some sort of foundation in reality. The scientific pursuit of this truth is the foundation of cryptozoology itself. One of the most prominent examples in cryptozoology of this folkloric phenomenon is the Owlman of Cornwall, England. Allegedly first sighted on the night of April 17th, 1976, the Owlman of Cornwall was described as a humanoid, bird-like animal, most resembling an owl, but 7 feet tall, standing erect, with a huge wingspan, glowing red eyes, and a notorious, quote-unquote, wide mouth. Certainly an odd animal to describe.
Wide mouth.
And of course, like any cryptid, the Owlman is surrounded by controversy. One of the main controversies being around Tony Shields. Tony Shields was the man who recorded most of these sightings. Strangely enough, most, if not all of these eyewitnesses never seemed to go to any other researchers. Of course, this could be fear of ridicule or some other mockery, but it has also been alleged that Tony Shields had been known for hoaxing. However, in terms of this video, that is neither here nor there. Instead, this video will take an angle at the Owlman that not many have taken before. The Owlman will now be examined through the lens of speculative biology. In short, speculative biology can be defined as the hypothetical application of known biological rules, laws, and boundaries to an alleged animal in order to determine the credibility of that alleged species according to the laws of nature. Because of the rather scientific and species-oriented nature of speculative biology, instead of calling the subject the Owlman, in this video, the species will be referred to as the church owl, due to the fact that many of the sightings took place around Old Monnan Church.
Okay.
First occurring in 1976, church owl sightings persisted up until the late 90s, but grew less numerous over
looks
time.
pretty cool.
However, there are still occasionally reports of strange, bird-like sounds coming from the forest around Cornwall, England, that aren't belonging to any recognized species. There exists no photographic or physical evidence for the church owls, only anecdotal evidence and eyewitness sketches. However, eyewitness sketches do provide an interesting look into the consistencies in sightings.
Those are pretty cool.
As previously stated, the church owl has been described as standing bipedally and clocking in at around 7 feet tall when it does so. Its most notable features are its red eyes, its large ear-like appendages, its wide mouth and beak, some sort of strange appendages at the ends of its wingspan, strangely long legs, and often black feet. The witnesses of the church owl were often young, and so it could be that we're looking at several different interpretations of what was being seen. Younger minds tend to be a bit more fantastical, after all. However, it is undeniable that there are these consistencies between these eyewitness sketches. Therefore, It could be said that there are definitely some confirmed features of the church owl, physiologically speaking.
Church owl.
Most witnesses also describe the church owl as being dark grayish or brownish in color, a pattern usually labeled as mottled in the animal kingdom. And of course, all witnesses were terrified by the hissing sound the church owl occasionally made.
The Owlman. I like the Owlman. It's interesting. Owlman. From Cornwall. We're going to get some cryptids over there in England. 12 facts about the Owlman. From Thought Catalog. We got a couple ones from Thought Catalog today. The Owlman is an owl-like creature. It's kind of like the Mothman. So whereas you got the Mothman, he's over from West Virginia. So it's like, me a Mothman. That's how they talk over there. The Owlman is like, hello. It is me, the Owlman. Would you like to have a cup of tea? He's a refined gentleman. The Owlman is an owl that stands around 5 feet tall with pointed red eyes and pincher-like claws. He's been sighted in Cornwall, England in the 70s. The 70s, they were a hopping time for seeing all kinds of crazy stuff. The Loch Ness, the Dover Demon, the Owlman. Wow. Demon Man. Bug Man. Goat Man. Spooky Brucey. Spooky Brucey Tales of Midnight. Spooky Brucey. Strange appendages. Oh no. Terrifying Owlman. He's a monstrous creature. He must be stopped. He's monstrous and he must be stopped once and for all. The Owlman. Explorers and hidden cameras recorded the Owlman. He resembles a human man, an owl, and a bear. Whoa. Scared me. So do I. Wow, there he is. Oh, frick. Watch out, it's the Owlman.
Fuck off!
Hey.
You taking the pets by the me? Who's there?
That was the Owlman. Sheesh, that was scary.
Stop fucking about!
Hey. Ah! Ow. Wow. He's got a suit on too. Ah, it's the Owlman. Whoa, that's too scary. Whew, man. The epic Owlman prank marathon. Owlman prank. He's wearing a full suit. The Owlman looks rather dapper. He's a dapper man from Cornwall. Here he is, Owlman. He's just kind of like the English version of the Mothman. So, what else we got here on the cryptid? We're going through all the cryptids today. We got another winged creature. Speaking of Sasquatch, and we'll get to him at the end. I haven't forgot about the old Sasquatch. We got another one, Bat Squatch. He's a flying cryptid near Mount St. Helens. Resembles a flying primate, similar to the Ahul and the Orang Bati of Southeast Asia. I'm scared. He's a portmanteau derived from the words bat and Sasquatch. They took a lot of pictures, but don't have any proof of it. So bat. So the bat squatch is said to have yellow eyes, a wolf-like muzzle, blue or fur. Okay. Blue or fur, sharp teeth, bird-like feet, and leathery-like bat wings that span up to 50 feet. It's the bat squatch. Sharp teeth. This would be 9 feet tall. This is possibly, let's see, has the ability to affect car engines. It's possibly a misunderstood sighting of Mothman. Whoa! Considering it had man-made. What? Considering it also affected man-made things, like Mothman can. Let's see. Somebody was driving along, and this truck died, and he saw the bat squatch. Oh no! Possible second sighting was Mount Shasta. That's where the old Saint Germain was spotted too. Remember that guy from the Ascended Masters, Mount Shasta. That's a hopping place over there. You got the bat squatch. Several hikers witnessed a huge creature with leathery wings fly out of a crevasse in the mountain. First, the eyewitness described the creature having a head similar to a pterodactyl, but then they claimed it was more like a bat or a fox. June 2011, Phoenix Tiraz went to pick up the dog. He saw something flying in the sky. It had bat wings, blue fur, and a face similar to eyes glowing red. It's about 9 feet tall. And some guy in Akron, Ohio, in Spanish class, spotted a black mass by the window. Whoa! Saw the bat squatch. Wow. There it is. Bat squatch. He's pretty cool. Bat squatch versus Owlman. I mean, that could be a deadly battle there. Whoa. That's cool. That's cool. There's J Chiz. And, of course, and here's DeviantArt. It says it was spotted near Mount St. Helens, so maybe we're talking about a connection to some different happenings going on there. How Mothman predicted certain things. This was during the eruption of 19... Wow! Let's take a moment to stop and think. So maybe the bat squatch is kind of like the Mothman. What's out there in the shadows? It's Mystery Quest. Now, I've heard of a strange creature lurking in the area of Mount St. Helens. Lurkning? A creature called Bat Squatch. A strange creature lurkning. It's called Bat Squatch. X-Files theme. Wow. The Bat Squatch was on Mount St. Helens. Maybe it came straight from hell. When the earth opened up and exploded. Sighted in Skamania County. They love ska over there. They go crazy for it. And it had a deep, throaty yell. Got some interesting details. There's reported to be one living near Mount St. Helens. And you remember what happened there back in the 80s? 90s? I think the Bat Squatch has never been connected with Sasquatch. And maybe a bat or a vampire and a Sasquatch got it on. Maybe a bat or a vampire and Sasquatch got it on, and that's where we got the Bat Squatch. Fear still fills the heart of men and women and children of Washington. 1980. Here we go. The eruption. The creature in the shadows exploded from the eruption. A liquor store owner took some pictures of the Bat Squatch. I haven't been able to find them. So you might like, what? Find some evidence you might like on this website. The link is in the description. Bat Squatch. Batsquatch.com. Well, hell. What? Eulmidians. Okay. Let's check out batsquatch.com, why don't we? And then we've got to move on to the next cryptid. Batsquatch.com. Here it is. Bat Squatch, home of the one and only Bat Squatch. Iraq. What? Bat Squatch was spotted in Iraq. What? What the hell is this? Iraq 2005 photos. Where's the Bat Squatch? We got him. We got the Bat Squatch. He was the one who found, or whatever his name was, Saddam. Okay, this is weird. Let's see, Bat Squatch. This is just some guy's photo album. It's a beetle. The Bat Squatch predicted some stuff. Sport touring, Washington Outdoors, Germany, Bat Squatch. Bats male. What? What the hell is this? This is a weird website. Bats links. Bat Squatch, Maine. Washington Outdoors, Aaron's Place. What is Bat Squatch? There we go. Many deny existence of Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster, and aliens trailing in Hale-Bopp's dust, but documented proof of Bat Squatch cannot be refuted. Artist rendition. We need proof! Where's the picture of Bat Squatch? Yelmidians take cover under the shadow of suspicious creature. Where is it? There he is. Hale-Bopp. 4 goats, chickens, cows, a prized pig are unaccounted for. If you have seen this creature, report to the nearest unexplained flying kinetically retaliatory animal office immediately. Look at these photos. Sculpture dedicated to the perilous creature found in remote village. Okay, Bat Squatch. Climber what could be an entrance to the beast fortress. There he is, Bat Squatch. I think this person's having a laugh. We need more proof. There we go. There's an email. It was a dark and stormy night. Okay, check it out. Batsquatch.com. The Believer. Wow. Aaron's reaction to an actual recording from Bat Squatch. Let's see if we can hear. This is a recording of Bat Squatch. Okay. Weird. Are you scared? It's Benji's place. We're getting off track here. This is not a freaking cryptid. This is kind of creepy, though. This crazy hair. Okay, now we're on to Good Charlotte. Benji's Hits. Little Benji's Hits. Jeff at batsquatch.com. What the hell is this? It's Good Charlotte. Some Good Charlotte stuff here. Wow. There's the Bat Squatch. It's Washington Outdoors. This is crazy. Okay, shush. No more Bat Squatch. I'm done. So, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Bat Squatch. There we go. Get a better look at this website. With a watchful eye, check it out, batsquatch.com. Alright, what's the next cryptoid we got? And we won't be able to get to all the cryptoids, even though I've been teasing out a certain cryptoid. But maybe we'll do another episode with that one in particular. Let's see. This is more creature feature. Sounds like me after I eat some Taco Bell. Now you're gonna love this. We gotta talk about Frogman. And I'm not talking about one of the cool heads that gives people gifts subs on the stream. Frogman. It's a different Frogman. Frogman?
Well, it's late at night and we're cruising along through Loveland, Ohio.
Yeah, next to the Little Miami River.
That's right.
Frogman.
Right, and there's a sign, welcome to Loveland. This is, man, this place is it's such a weird story, you know, in terms of cryptids.
Let's hear it.
Because we're not talking about Sasquatch or, you know, any of the common ones. We're talking about the
Frogman.
Yeah, that's a highly unusual tale there.
Highly unusual, and it's just a really crazy story, and it's just a really crazy story. The first part of this begins in 1955 when either a traveling businessman or salesman was driving through Loveland and reported seeing several creatures that he described as being between 3 and 4 feet tall, and they were frogs.
They're frogs.
They were having a conversation.
Bipedal frogs?
Apparently, they were bipedal.
Bipedal
They were
frogs.
having a conversation apparently on the side of the road, and you know, he was so sort of stupefied by what he was seeing that he stopped and he observed them conversing with each other.
What are they talking about? You catch any flies lately? Catch any good bugs?
It gets a little wacky because one of them
wacky
pulled out a wand, waved it over its head, and a bunch of sparks flew off, which frightened this businessman or salesman, whichever he was, and caused him to take off. And of course, he reported the incident. Became known as the Loveland Frogman as this whole thing begins to unfold over the years.
Get a magic wand.
Even wilder by the 1970s because there's a law.
Oh, that's when it gets weird. It was in the 70s.
It is. It's fascinating. I think we're actually going to check out maybe this area where this police officer had his encounter. And
with the Frogman.
We love to look out these, look at these local legends. So let's see what we see.
Let's see what we see. Frogman. The 70s were a poppin' time, no pun intended. 70s were a hoppin' time for cryptids and cryptoids. Check this out.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
The Frogman. That's do.
You know, it's pretty eerie out here along the river, Dave. And I was talking earlier about the
Frogman
sighting of these frog people that was recorded in 1955, reportedly the first time. But there's even fascinating.
Frogman.
So March 1972, there's a police officer.
Cryptids were discovered before cell phones.
Very shocking. Who's patrolling this area.
Some guy was patrolling. He saw a damn Frogman. He's pissed. What are these guys talking about?
Driving very slow. He's heading into Loveland when he sees in the road
the Loveland Frogman
that was crouched over like a frog. Now, he said that this creature was between 3 and 4 feet in height, between 50 and 75 pounds.
Wow.
He knows the height because this thing stood up and stared at him.
Wow.
On its hind legs.
Wow.
Once it looked at him, it headed this way, climbed over this guardrail, down to the river. Now, it gets even crazier because Shockey's fellow
It's even crazier. You can believe that.
And they found scratches and abrasions on the guardrail where Shockey reported that this thing had indeed gone over down into the water. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any photographs that have been discovered.
We don't have any photos. I got no proof of this stuff. Bad Squatch. That's fun. The Loveland Frogs. Astonishing legends. The Frogman. Let's see. Does the Loveland Frogman live on? Is this the Frogman? It's from Fox 19 News. It's the Frogman. Wow! Wow! That's the wrong button. Frogman. There he is. The Loveland Frogman is the tale that has been passed on for generations. You could call it the Bigfoot of the tri-state. Whether you believe in its existence or not, one man swears he spotted it with his own 2 eyes. Sam Jacobs says he and his girlfriend were playing Pokemon Go between Loveland Madeira Road and Lake Isabella when they spotted the purported Frogman. I saw his beady eyes. Wow. There are some discrepancies on when the elusive 4-foot-tall frog-like creature was first spotted. BigfootBlogspot.com. The legend dates back to 1955. Others say it was some leathery-skinned being was seen in 1972. Officer hit the creature with his car. When the officer stopped, the giant frog stood in the middle of the road and got on its hind legs. Wow. Saw a huge frog near the water. Are they sure? Are you sure you weren't looking at Pokemon Go? Not in the game. It wasn't a Snorglaster or whatever. Squatch. It wasn't a Snorglaster or whatever Pokemon. I don't know any Pokemons. It was an actual frog. I took a couple of pictures and a video because I'd never seen one that big. The thing stood up and walked on its hind legs. People think he's crazy. I swear by grandmother's grave, this is the truth. I'm not sure whether it was Frogman or just a giant frog. It's either Frogman or a giant frog. He swears on his grandmother's grave. It's a great thing to swear on. Frogman! I am Frogman! Oh, there he is. Ah, Frogman! It's Frogman. 1955. I like the part about the Mr. Toad. About... Can't read any of this. Police officer, he shot the Frogman. Creature scurried across the road. He slammed his brakes. Once he stopped, the creature fully illuminated his headlights. He went on to describe the creature as crouching like a frog. Rama. Creature went on to stand erect, bipedal, stared directly at the officer. Then he shot him in the head. I am Frogman. Climbed in the Little Miami River. Again, the creature is described as 3 to 4 feet tall, 50 to 70 pounds. It's not too big, with leathery skin resembling a frog or lizard. Further investigation by other officers found that the guardrail had abrasions where the animal crawled over the barrier. I like the story about the Frogman had a magic wand. That was more fun story to me. Watched the X-Files with the gecko bloke, which was quite good. Monsters and mysteries. Sometimes Dogman looking like Frogman, so you thinking that's a Frogman in the bush, but it's a Dogman. It be them dang. Okay. Oh, geez, I don't know if I want to read that. Alright, moving on. Frogman. Now this one's kind of cool. This next one, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. This is another Midwestern cryptid. Never heard of this one before. I keep getting these errors in playback. I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube.
Now, when people started to come up to the Northwoods of Wisconsin, they really didn't know what types of beasts could be hiding among the old-growth pine trees. There was a gentleman that lived up in this area by the name of Eugene Simeon Shepard. He was a timber cruiser. Well, one day when Gene was exploring a trail north of town in Section 37, just about to the headwaters of Rice Creek, all of a sudden Gene stopped dead in his tracks, his nose assailed by a horrendous smell. All of a sudden, up on the trail, Gene noticed some tufts of dark green and black fur. And a little farther down the trail, he saw some claw marks about 7 feet up on a big white pine tree. Now, Gene was the stuff of lumberjack legend. Undeterred, he continued along the trail until he discovered a hole dug into the side of a hill. And he quickly came back to Rhinelander. He went down to an area town called the Hollow, and in those days it was called the Hungry Hollow. And there wasn't a whole lot to Rhinelander in those days, but in fact there were 57 lumberjack saloons down in the Hollow at that time. So Gene rounded up a posse of lumberjacks, and they went back out to this hole Gene had discovered, and they took along with them a pike pole from one of the boomage workers, which is a long pole they used to move logs around in the boomage. At the end of this pole, they put a sponge with some chloroform medication, and they slowly...
Alright, I'm not paying attention in the video. We got a subscription from Q from Space. Subscribe to Tier 1. They subscribe for 6 months. Wow! Thanks for subscribing. Maybe that should be the new notification for subscriptions. Wow! Okay, so we're talking about the hodag from Wisconsin. Let's back up a little bit. I was not paying attention. Sometimes I get distracted by my soundboard. There's all kinds of little knobs and stuff in this thing. I just get distracted.
Back out to this hole Gene had discovered, and they took along with them a pike pole from one of the boomage workers, which is a long pole they used to move logs around in the boomage. At the end of this pole, they put a sponge with some chloroform medication, and they slowly stuck this pike pole into the back of the cave, and the creature that was sleeping within seemingly fell into an even deeper slumber. Well, Gene got down on his hands and knees. He crawled into this hole. He grabbed this beast, whatever it was, by the tail, and he slowly pulled it out. Well, as soon as the lantern light hit this creature's face, its eyes popped open. It sprung upon the lumberjacks. One of the lumberjacks had brought along his pet white bulldog for protection. This creature turned on the bulldog and gobbled it up in one single bite. And that is how legend has it. The beast acquired the taste for white bulldogs ever after. Now, they were, after quite a scuffle in the forest, able to subdue the hodag and chain it to a wagon they had brought on, get a better look at it. It was a lizard-like creature, prehistoric in nature. It was covered in shaggy dark fur. It had oxen-like horns. It had 12 spikes gleaming white down its back, 13 including one long one at the end of its tail. It had tusks for teeth and razor-sharp claws. And they decided to call this creature a hodag. Well, they brought the hodag back to Rhinelander. They took it to Gene's property, which is just a couple...
Hodag is a cop. We're going to chain it to a wagon. Hodag supports the cops, too. And Scott Walker.
A couple blocks away from here, an estate called the Pines. And at the Pines, there is, as you can well imagine, a house painted green, aptly named the Hodag House. And behind the house, they dug a big pit and chained the hodag into the bottom of the pit. Gene built a big stone barn over the top of this pit. All of this you can drive by and see to this very day. Well, one day when Gene went out to feed the hodag some breakfast, the chain at the bottom of the pit was snapped. Claw marks up the side of the pit. The back door to the barn completely destroyed. A trail leading down to the Pelican River, where it had presumably swam across and made its way back out into the old-growth forest.
Long ago, back when Gene Shepherd was timber cruising the area, he had Native American guides, and the local Native Americans of this area have a legendary god called Mishapishi, which this looks very similar to, and was crafted by a coppersmith in Minnesota, Joe Niebauer. And it's my belief that Gene Shepherd was inspired for the hodag by this mythical legend of the Native Americans.
If you travel, like my daughter's out in Portland, and she can wear a hodag shirt or a sweatshirt or a necklace or something like that, and people will always identify you. They know where you're from.
To the community as a whole, we're known for it. It's a big tourist attraction.
It's pretty silly. It's one of those
the area for sure.
And I believe
those weird legends.
Hodag still roam this area to this very day.
No.
So I haven't heard anything lately of anybody.
Wait a second. Why is why does the hodag is a pro? The hodag loves the police. In memory of those who served. The hodag.
Lately of anybody coming across one.
Well, they can climb trees like a bear, but they don't run very fast. So I would probably try to outrun it if it proved not to be friendly.
That's kind of funny.
And true to the legend, you will never see a white bulldog in Rhinelander.
Oh no! I don't like that. He ate the dog. It's a dog killer. Yeah, it's just a goofy old story. It's a goofy old time when dealing with some of these old pioneer people and coming up with their crazy stories. The hodag. They're all socially conservative cryptids. Where's the woke? We need some woke cryptids. Let's see. We're about an hour in, and we gotta get to Bigfoot. So what are we gonna do in between? Well, let's see. Let's skip over this one. You ever heard of this thing? I consider this a cryptid. I don't know. Maybe some other people would disagree, but let's look at this. This is freaking weird as hell. The hodag. There's the hodag. Okay. There's a picture of Cryptid Wiki. You can check out the hodag. Okay, we're skipping that. We're gonna let's see. We're not going to look at this. We're gonna check this out. Have you ever seen this? Ever dreamed this man? I love this website. This man. January 2. To me, this is a cryptid. Ever dreamed this man? Every night throughout the world, hundreds of people dream about this face. In January 2006 in New York, the patient of a well-known psychiatrist draws the face of a man that has been repeatedly appearing in her dreams. On more than one occasion, that man has given her advice in her private life. What? That portrait lies forgotten on the psychiatrist's desk a few days, till one day another patient recognizes that face and says that the man has often visited him in his dreams. He also claims he's never seen that man in his waking life. He's a weird little guy. Psychiatrist decides to send the portrait to some of his colleagues that have patients with recurrent dreams. In a few months, 4 patients recognize the man as a frequent presence in their own dreams. All the patients refer to him as this man. This man here is showing up in my dreams. 2,000 people have claimed to see this man. At the moment, there's no ascertained relation or common trait among the people that have dreamed of seeing this man. Moreover, no living man has ever been recognized as resembling the man of the portrait by the people who have seen this man in their dreams. The aim of this website is to help those who have seen this man in their dreams and to foster communications among them. To understand who this man is, Andy Kaufman didn't die. He entered the dream realm. This man. Get this man. He's in my dreams. Get him out of here. This man becomes real in the video. What? Hello, I'm this man. No! Creepy. That's me. I'm this man. Get this man out of here. Ever dream this man becomes real? Oh, fuck. Doing some photoshopping. It's like one of those faces on the "this person is not real" website. The AI face. It's kind of what this looks like. It's a Norwegian video. The Photoshop Surgeon is a firm that transforms transform photos for viewing pleasure using Adobe Photoshop. To prove their skills, they decide to perform on this man's historical portrait. Result is amazing. This man here. Previous post. The man is in. This man is in a Norwegian video. Check it out. This man here is freaky. Now this is some good photoshopping skills, I gotta say. There he is, this man. He's a weirdo. If I ever see this man in my dreams, whew, man. Not gonna be happy. Yeah. He's kind of handsome. Some big bushy eyebrows. Hello. Wonder what his voice would sound like.
Hello, it's me.
Hello, I'm this man. He's sort of like Freddy Krueger. That's me. I'm this man. This man here, he's weird. Let's see the Norwegian video. Psychedelic band. Inspired by Nigerian 70s rock. Formula One races. This man is in the cover of their debut album. He's the protagonist of their music video. It's weird. Let's check this video. Let's check this out. Some psychedelic rock. There he is, this man. This man. Yeah. Cartoon guy. This man. He's a cryptid? Well, I don't know. This man. He's just a weird guy. I guess I could have done a separate episode about weird humanoids, because that's kind of what I was going to get into. But I guess we could revisit this man and some of these other, not technically cryptoids, weird humans. He's my favorite cryptid. I think he's a cryptid. That's just me. Fan gallery. I don't care about any of the damn from Argentina. Have you seen this man? Ah. The man. Ever dreamed this man? This is cool. It's pretty weird. I fell in love with him the very first time I saw him in my dreams. Even though, if I think about it, I must admit he's really ugly. Hey. And yet each and every time he sweeps me off my feet, his romantic gestures and sweet words. He buys me flowers, jewelry. He takes me out to dinner or to the beach to watch the sunset. Started flying over the city. Since I moved to another house, I started meeting this man while flying. Not every single time that I have had this dream about flying, but often enough, he flies too, but he never speaks. So he doesn't ever speak. You buy my dinner. He's flying through the air. They fall in love. I've never had homosexual relationships or even fantasies, but I dream about having sexing this. This is fake, okay? This is just a joke. This is just a joke. Come on. But I dream about having sexing with this man all the time. I must admit, he has a lot of imagination and he pleases me. Sometimes when I wake up, I discover a nocturnal emission. That's funny. Ever had a wet dream about this man? I mean, yeah, whatever you're into. Saw this man in my dream dressed as Santa Claus. When he showed up, I felt so happy, just like when I was a little girl. Then he smiled at me, and his head became a balloon. I dreamt of this man in the 10th grade. Freaky. I was visited by two men I'd never seen before. Not this man, and they both attacked me. Oh no. Dreams are crazy, and you can't do anything about them. It's just whatever your old stupid brain decides to come up with. And just having sexing. Just whatever your brain decides to do on any given night, and you can't do anything about it. So you might dream about this man. Alright, we're going to save some of these cryptids, some of these humanoid cryptids, even though I teased it out with all my tweets and pictures and stuff, but we're not going to cover these, and we'll do it next time. So, we've got to get to, we'll save some of these, we got to get to some of these, since we're talking about cryptoids, we got to talk about Bigfoot, baby. Wow.
Should be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Because there's so many Bigfoot around Whitehall. There's been sightings, especially since the 70s, pretty consistently, and it's just been a hallmark of Whitehall, a tradition.
Bigfoot.
It's lots of fun.
We love him.
having things like this is
we
a
gotta
big
talk about
economic
him.
driver for the community.
He let out such a deep, deep guttural. I could feel it like they blowing a tuba in your face. And we're going to have the Sasquatch calling contest, and this is how it's judged on what I heard. Our backs are to the contestants. We don't know who it is. And we judge it from there.
Boom, ba boom, ba boom. Whoa.
There you go, number 14.
He's doing a wood knock. Oh my gosh. Freud would have loved this. Here we go. Lisa Loeb.
Wow! Number 14.
All right.
Hello, my name.
That's the Bigfoot's call competition. That's kind of fun. So, what are we going to get into? There's been some controversy about Bigfoot. Did her shirt say "Drunk Lives Matter"? Oh no. Ugh. All right, moving on. There's been some controversy on the old Bigfoot Facebook group that I'm a part of regarding this video here, the Ohio Grassman. People were pissed off about this. They were like, I can't believe they would post this video. It's a hoax. There was a whole big controversy about this Ohio Grassman.
You're not going to want to miss any of this video.
This is a damn hoax.
Parts throughout
and the Facebook Bigfoot people are mad about it.
Show visuals of I can't explain, he can't explain. There's audio of noises from something.
Hey!
The Grassman. Oh, yeah, there we go. Don't have a good sound for that.
Sound.
What?
You actually know what the fuck you're doing.
Back over there.
The Grassman. And the Bigfoot people are not happy about this. Like these
That used to be the trail right there. That's the trail that you're supposed to take.
Some drone footage here. It's pretty nice. Where are we gonna see?
Looks like we have a lot of bones.
The Grassman. Where's the Grassman?
A lot of hair.
A lot of hair.
I would say these are probably from deer.
Whoa!
Several of them.
It's the Bigfoot. Ate some. Ripped apart.
Like they ripped apart pretty good.
Oh no. Freaky.
So after seeing
he had a
the bones
snack
and everything, we
the bones
decided to continue down to the cave, the Hozak's cave. We had gotten permission to be able to actually fly a drone out of the park as long as we stayed away from any of the public areas like the lodge or cabins or
this
even
is
the campground.
Here, another Ohio thing. Salt Fork, Ohio, Grassman.
What we're gonna hear next are absolutely bone chilling.
Oh no!
Now the sounds of the leaves rustling, that's us moving around trying to pinpoint the exact location where the sounds are coming from.
I don't hear anything. I heard something.
Now at this point, I decided to take
Got a new drone.
I adjusted.
Taking the old drone out for a spin. I want to see the Bigfoot. And then we're going to get into some people who are mad about this video. Where is he?
It's the Ohio grass man.
There's the Ohio grass man. There he is. He's taking a crap. He's taking a... Where is he? Where? There he is.
Look at it. Look at it, person.
Grass man.
Look at the hair. You can see all the hair.
Needs a shave. And the Bigfoot people are pissed about this video. It's a hoax, is what they say. And they know, the Bigfoot people, they know a hoax when they see it. Because we got the experts over here at... And let me pull this up here. New hoaxers on the scene. Bigfoot Field Guide. This is part of the Mid-America Bigfoot Research Center. This is part of the Facebook group I'm in. The big update. That's awful. Zero information. Nobody chases his ass. Fake. Chase a grizzly bear and see what happens. You die. What? By now, most folks in the Bigfoot community have seen the latest news about a Bigfoot captured on video at Salt Folk State Park. If not, here are some screen Here are some screen captures of the posts made by the perpetrator who claims to have produced it. The Salt Fork Grass Man. Well, folks, it's official. After watching the video, there's no doubt in anyone's mind that it's not a Bigfoot. It's nothing but a hoax. This channel, the channel that it is hosted on at YouTube, is definitely something that would produce something to this effect. How to carve a 500-pound pumpkin. When people questioned or said faked/hoax, Nate Gray would start attacking these people and then claim that he was being attacked. Classic hoaxer antics. When people posted screen captures of the figures in his video, it is clearly someone wearing a mossy oak jacket and jeans. The picture posted here is in dispute over who originally posted it. So until now, I will say whoever did it, thanks. And when I figure out the originator, I will give them proper credit. They were wearing jeans. It's all a big hoax. They've been caught red-handed. Still doesn't help that news media around the country have taken it up and tried to make it go viral, to the point that the hoaxer brags about it on his Facebook page. Don't be fooled. Always question any evidence brought forward. This is the Bigfoot Field Guide. And the Bigfoot group, they do not like this hoaxing stuff. They don't like it. And here's a news story. This is the Mid-America Bigfoot Research Center.
All right, a creature shrouded in mystery. Many don't believe Bigfoot exists.
Well, others, though, have hunted it. Some say they've encountered it. And one group of Oklahomans set out to find the truth. Only on 9 News 9's Carl Torp went along on a Bigfoot expedition.
Bigfoot.
Under the tall trees of southeast Oklahoma, the slightest shake of a bush lures curious campers.
It had really long hair.
Each driven to explain something they can't.
We've caught all sorts of odd.
There he is, Randy Savig. The Membrak.
Something big, hairy runs right across my headlights.
This gray, dark grayish thing just kind of seemed to stand up.
I was looking through the night vision scope, and it popped up over
D.W.
the
Lee.
bank and looked at us for a couple of seconds from about here up.
You can save the snarky comments.
Have you been called crazy? Plenty of times.
Members of the
Crazy.
Mid-American Bigfoot Research Center have heard it all before.
I've gotten so used to everything now.
D.W. Lee is the MABRC Executive Director. and claims the group has 500 members worldwide, all of them steadfast in their belief in the existence
Find the Bigfoot.
And it's nothing more than many claim to have heard the creature.
It's just a big screaming monkey the way I see it.
But few claim to have seen it or at least captured what they saw. Pictures always seem unclear, like this one.
I mean, they look like a gorilla, but they
Like a
stand on
pixel.
2 legs and walk just like we do. They know to stay away from anything
Bigfoot.
that can harm them.
At least once a month, this
Bigfoot.
group gets away from work and family, their regular lives, to learn about a life shrouded in mystery.
I don't hunt Bigfoot, I go research it. There's a difference.
During the day, campers set up parabolic microphones and infrared cameras. But it's under the moonlight.
Under the moonlight.
Camp to explore.
All right. I'm bored of this video. Okay. We got any more videos? We're gonna look at one more. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here. Let's see. There's a Leaping Yeti video. This is a...
Hello, I'm MK Davis. You know, recently on the internet, there's been a video that's been posted, and this is allegedly of a Yeti.
A Yeti. This is a famous, well-known Bigfoot guy on YouTube, MK Davis. Screen name is GreenWave2010FB.
And you know, the video, you know, it's just a short, quick clip, and you see it off in the distance behind the trees and jumping among the trees and stuff. And I don't really pass any judgment on it one way or another. I did freeze frame it and do some enhancements on some of the frames, and I have them here, and I'm just going to post them up and let you look at it and see what you think about it. So here it is.
Let's see it.
Пипец, короче, тихо. Он, короче, опять на нас попер, наверное. Сейчас заснимем, если что, на YouTube выложим.
Вон, смотри,
Тихо. Russia.
Блин, он движется сюда.
Я боюсь. Вон, смотри.
Тихо.
Он ветками шевелит, по-моему.
Я ничего не вижу. О, вон, передвигается. Чучело.
Смотри, ветки шатаются.
Wow. There he is. Leaping Yeti. It's the Leaping Yeti. Freaky stuff. That's him. The Leaping Yeti.
О, побежал! Я заснял его!
Wow! Jumping Jehoshaphat, it's the Leaping Yeti.
Пошли.
Я заснял!
The Leaping Yeti.
Смотри.
Keeps my iced coffee cold.
Испуги-то килограмм 200 весит.
Видел, как он своими лапами машет?
Смотри,
вон.
2 метра рост.
Ёп!
Я боюсь.
Надо отдать эту съемку в НТВ.
Да.
Чрезвычайное положение. Все.
Побежали.
Пошли за ним.
You know, to be honest with you, this video actually looks pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
Of course, you know, there's lots of clever people in the world, and lots can be done with video. But you know, if I'm not afraid to commit on something that looks good, and if I'm fooled, I'm fooled. But
looks good.
This looks like
it's good to me.
It could be real. Let's just hope it's not a hoax, and we'll see if we can learn some more about it later. At any rate, I
hate for it to be a hoax. The Leaping Yeti. Alright, let's do one more video. This is our old friend Max Powers. This is our old friend Max Powers. He's got a quick interview with Bigfoot Dave. Remember this guy, Max Powers? He's the Bigfoot hunter.
Oh, yeah!
Bigfoot Dave, the Green Swamp, Bigfoot Town Hall. Bear with me, I'm new at the whole interview thing.
Hey guys, how are you? It's Max Powers, and I am here with Bigfoot Dave. I don't know if you recognize him, but I know I did. And I'm going to ask him my standard 3 Bigfoot questions. 1, are you a believer or a knower?
I'm a knower.
Okay. Have you seen one?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Bigfoot evidence. What is your most
Yes.
like what?
Good
what do
answer.
you think is the most credible Bigfoot evidence that you see out there?
Bigfoot Dave 7.
Okay.
The hot
You have
babe.
photos
Oh.
of it. Okay. You're probably not going to see him, but I know I am. Okay. And the last one that I ask everyone
Bigfoot
is,
Dave.
you know, what do you think this thing is?
I think it's more like a human, just an old,
Some guy.
ancient. That's what I think.
Bigfoot Dave, who are your
Almost like an
guys?
Indian tribe.
All right. You're
That's
along
my
the
theory.
same lines of what. That's where I go.
Yeah.
So. All right, folks. You heard it right here from Bigfoot Dave. That's.
Someone has multiple photos of Bigfoot. I am skeptical. This is Max Powers. But we were in the park where the pictures were taken. What? Being able to see the height of a limb or its thickness can add to their credibility.
Oh, yeah!
Maybe I can convince Dave to share. As always, thank you so much for watching Max Power. We love him. I think it's just some guy. Alright, I think Kaylee's thinking about this guy. Well, we can watch this. We can watch one of this guy's stuff too. He's pretty good. Sylvanic Bigfoot. You're thinking of Todd Standings.
Good day, thanks for joining me today.
I'm just going to scroll through some of his amazing footage. Because he had that intro on his video that's pretty good. Discover Bigfoot live, incredible quest. Bigfoot are incredibly fast. I love the footage at the beginning of his Bigfoot kills. Bigfoot has killed people. No. I love the intro on his videos where he's jumping around and stuff. He's got a bunch of videos. Bigfoot running incredibly fast.
Amazing show. My friend and colleague Amanda has been looking at some of my raw footage and made a really amazing discovery today. And we're going to talk about a really cool truth I've never discussed before. That's
He's a weird Canadian guy too.
Yeah, just something I haven't been very comfortable talking about, but now's a good time to discuss it. So let's get into it. We'll have a good show today.
Get
so
into
tune
it.
in and let's get into it.
Let's do it. And here we go. Here's the intro. We love it.
For the past 10 years, I've been conducting expeditions, documenting chronicles, and interviewing people pertaining to the subject of Sasquatch. With over 20 years worth of hardcore backcountry expedition experience into the most remote regions, I've tracked and studied various North American species that have had little to no exposure to civilization. I am a student of many disciplines, trained in the art of tracking by a Cree Nations elder and a military sniper. My skill sets include camouflage techniques using the terrain and its features to mask ground movement, obstacle crossing, camping positions, effective observation, camouflage penetration, counter surveillance, survival, evasion, and escape techniques. In 2006, my team and I publicly showed 2 separate crystal clear Bigfoot videos I personally filmed, which we used to petition the Canadian government for species protection of Bigfoot.
Today's story is about video 3.
So that's his
question
intro
from the
to all of his
cooperation today
videos.
was, how come it wasn't a bigger deal? Because video 3 is such a big deal.
Video 3 is a big
and it
deal.
was a big deal because
and we're
literally
hearing
when
it,
you watch video 3,
and we're hearing
you're
it more and
watching
more.
a Sasquatch
That
move
Bigfoot
faster
3
than
is a
fastest
big
man on
deal.
the planet can move, and it was analyzed and studied. And
Faster than Superman.
A ton of work went into it, and but you know, you could say that about the
Bigfoot guys
Patterson
love
footage.
to
You could
have
say
a
that about
team.
a lot of different pieces of footage. So, you know,
it's Todd
it
Standing.
was a big story when it came out, and you know, it just kind of gets forgotten and you know, thrown into the lore of another piece of evidence that Sasquatch really exists. So,
Sasquatch.
Yeah, I still love the footage. I'm very proud of it.
Love it.
And I'm really happy to be looking into it more today. We're going to see a really cool breakdown
really
of the footage that was one of my squirrel friends that Amanda's done. So yeah, and have a really cool look at it. But
yeah, we watched the last video we watched of this guy's his new girlfriend that comes with him on his Bigfoot adventures, and these clips of her climbing the rocks, and it's pretty funny. His girlfriend Amanda.
I guess something that we're going to talk about something that I've never spoken of, and that's the reality of having filmed it and what was going through my mind when I filmed it. So we'll talk about that next.
If you have evidence, encounter, email us. Bigfoot encounter.
You have to know that when I went out on this expedition, this expedition was so enormously pivotal in my life.
What's going on in this expedition?
We filmed video 2 and video 3, and everything that happened in between there. Really, what was happening in this time in my life was I was getting over the whole paradigm that Sasquatch is.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Theories that just were incorrect. I was certain the species couldn't exist, and I was absolutely, completely wrong. And after filming video 2 and seeing the evidence of what happened, I mean, it was very clear to me that Sasquatch is in fact real. And then, you know, on day 2 out there, we had an encounter I've talked about a few times where a Sasquatch came up and touched the tent that I was sleeping in, which was absolutely terrifying. But again, so this is so I'm really in shock, and I really wanted to go home. I was, honest to God, I was so done with this whole expedition. With these, the expedition was being led greatly due to the other 2 people, Trevor and Michael, my biologists from Great Falls, Montana. So they had all these plans and stuff, and I was just kind of going along, keeping people safe, using my wilderness expertise. But they had these plans to do these videos and have this incredible success, which worked out amazingly.
Expertise.
Well. But I'll tell you,
it's like the Greg Turkington of Bigfoot.
I'm telling you, I was so terrified. I was so scared.
So scared. Oh no!
I saw a Sasquatch.
Wow.
There was Sasquatch was there, and I'll tell you, when I'm holding the camera for video 3, I'm not zooming in. I'm not getting any kind of, not worried about focus or anything like that.
And he always talks about the videos. I don't know what videos he's talking about, so he'll just talk about whatever video he just shot, and I guess he plays it towards the end.
If I had done that,
be like he knows, like we know what he's talking about.
But I was just hanging on to my.
Just hanging on for dear life.
I was really, really scared. It was becoming very clear to me that Sasquatch are real, and the whole issue that comes with that are there's these giant primates that live out in the wilderness. We don't know much about them, and they're
freaky.
They're terrifying. They're enormous. They're powerful. The things that the athletic capabilities they have are absolutely stunning.
Insane.
So all these things are going through my head, and I'll tell you.
Stunning.
So we ran to get to that spot where video.
Their athletic abilities are stunning. Could you imagine if all the cryptids had a football, basketball team? Bigfoot is down on the low post. He passes it behind the arc to the Owlman, and the Owlman does a big dunk. And then the Frogman gets the ball, and he jumps up in the air, 20 feet up in the air, and he does a big dunk. The cryptids. We love the cryptids. They're a lot of fun. And Army versus Foots. We love the cryptids. They're a lot of fun. So we'll be back next time. We're going to save some of these cryptids that maybe are not quite cryptids. They're just kind of creepy. Some more creepy stuff like shadow people and men in black and all that kind of stuff. So they're maybe not technically cryptids, but they're creepy. So we'll save some of we'll do like a creepy entity episode to show some of those, because they aren't quite like our friends Bigfoot, Frogman, Owlman, Batman, and all the different men. And why do they always have to be men? Thanks for watching the show. We'll be back next week. And don't forget to check out Zoom Dragon. You get 20% off the best products online at competitive prices, free shipping. Enter the offer code COOL, get 20% off at your checkout, and you can get some poo-poo and cat clothes. Wow! He's back. The Frogman is back. Frog Stack. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Tier 1 for 7 months. Thanks for subscribing at Tier 1 for 7 months. Wow! Frog Stack. Frogman. We saw the Frogman, and we saw it all on this crazy episode. And this is about the part where I need to pull up some things that'll help us in the show in the right way. And let's just close that out real quick. So, let me do that. I'll continue to vamp, and then I'll do the damn credits. So, we'll be back next week. We've got so many cool and fun, crazy episodes planned in the near future. I can't wait to do them all. We'll come back to watch some creepy entities and some other fun stuff that we got going on.
Droopy rolls. Droopy rolls.
Droopy jaws. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on
The Cool Stream.
Bye-bye. Thanks, B-Wolf. Have a good one. Thanks, B-Wolf. Have a good one.
Ooh, it's so good. Ooh, it's so good.
3 Bigfoot questions. 1, are you a believer or a knower?
I don't know her.
Okay. Have you seen